Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode here on European Confessions. The following story that you're going to be listening to, it was sent to me by one of our admins who helped us with this translation. The translation, it is quite a sad translation about our brother who is suspecting that he is a psychopath. Strange things indeed, they do happen in this world. The message reads like this. Hello, how are you? Can you please post my own story? Is anonymous. My name, you'll call me Vusi, not my real name, and I'm not sure how to begin explaining what has been happening to me. I'm even afraid to tell my relatives, my friends, my co-workers that this is what I'm going through, because they will label me as someone that is crazy, someone that has a criminal element operating in his mind. For the past few years, I have been questioning whether there is something deeply wrong with me, something that is beyond the ordinary. I have tried to ignore it, to push it aside, but now it's gotten to the point where I can't hide it. I can't hide from it anymore. I think that I might be a psychopath, and worse, I believe that I am possessed by something that is evil, something that I don't even understand. So it all started a few years ago when I noticed that I felt different. I didn't seem to have the same emotions as other people. I didn't feel guilty or empathy at all. When people around me were happy, sad or angry, I just felt empty. That was when I began to suspect that I was a psychopath, because I could lie easily, even at work, the way that I was able to climb to the position where I am right now. It was simply ruthless. And I did not even care whether someone lost their job, even if that person was desperate. I once got one of our security guards who used to tend at the gate fired for a very small mistake. And that is how I managed to be where I am right now. I am able to manipulate people without even feeling bad about it. And I can enjoy watching others suffer. And I know that it is a bad character. It's hard to admit, but I feel as if I have so much power when I see someone in pain, as if their suffering is feeding something dark inside of me. I keep these feelings to myself. I don't want anyone to know what is going on in my head. But things are now getting worse. It is not just the emptiness and the lack of emotion anymore. I am having hallucinations. At first, these hallucinations, they were quite small. So what would happen is that I would see shadows moving out of the corner of my eye, or I would hear whispers. Like when I would be alone, then I would hear whispers. So I convinced myself that maybe it was just stress, that I was overworking myself. But deep down, I knew that it was something that was much more than that. So these hallucinations, they got so worse after they had started. I then started seeing strange, terrifying things and beings. So most of these beings that I see, that they will be quite tall. And these beings, when I see them, they won't be having any physical bodies. It will be like just a black spirit. And I can see these beings even when I am driving. Some of them, they might be crossing the street, following someone behind. Even when I am walking, I can see people being followed by these black spirits. And it's not like they are good spirits, but they are there to harm that person or to possess that person. I can be sitting in my room and I can see people. Usually they are these women. These women, it is like the way that they died, they were stabbed by a knife. One of the women that I see, she was stabbed on her back, and the other one, she was stabbed right on her forehead. So they always have these knives sticking on their bodies. Usually I see them standing in the corners. They are people with no faces, just black holes where their eyes and mouth should be. They don't move or speak. They just stare at me. Then sometimes I hear them as if they are whispering my name. The problem is that other woman who seems as if she was stabbed right in her back, she is the one who is quite evil. The things that she whispered to me, They are just unimaginable. She has told me to do horrible things, things that I can't even say out aloud. Hence, I said that maybe some people will think that I have a criminal element in my mind. The worst of it happened about 6 months ago. On my way home from work, it was late and I was walking down a quiet street when I suddenly felt this overwhelming sense of dread. So it seemed as if there was someone who had been following me. I kept checking and checking, and I felt that my heart was beating really fast, and I was so scared. As I was walking, then I started running. The reason as to why I started running, it was because I felt as if I was being told, like, to just find a house where I was supposed to jump the Jurao, get into that yard, and cause some distraction. Things that I am even afraid of saying. Maybe the police might start to hunt for me simply because I thought about destroying certain families, and I could not even breathe. When I started running, that was when I heard that there was someone who was behind me. So I stopped running. When I turned around, there was no one there, but the feeling did not go away. As I kept walking, the whispers started again, louder this time. They were telling me to hurt people, to destroy everything around me. I tried to ignore them, but they would not stop. It was like they were inside my head, controlling my thoughts. I started shaking and my vision blurred. Then out of nowhere, I felt something cold and heavy wrapping itself around my body as if it was a snake, almost like invisible hands were grabbing me. That was when I knew that I was not alone. I was being possessed. This was the possession that happened to me. I was being possessed by something that was evil and demonic. I don't know how to describe it, but it felt like something dark entered my soul that night. I could feel it inside of me, controlling me, making me things and do things that I never thought were possible. It's like there is this constant battle inside me between whatever this demon is and the little bit of humanity that I have left. Some days I can keep it at bay, but the other days I find myself losing control. So since that night, the hallucination, they have only gotten worse. I see demons everywhere, on the streets, in my home, even in the faces of people I know. They taunt me, laugh at me, telling me that I am already theirs. I don't sleep anymore. Every time that I close my eyes, I see horrible images, blood, death, destruction, and I am the one who is causing it. I have hurt people. I won't say how or whom, but I have done things under the influence of this demon that I never would have done before. It's like I am watching myself from the outside, unable to stop it. There are moments when I feel nothing, no remorse, no guilt, just cold emptiness. But then there are times when I am terrified of what I have become or what I will do next. I am confessing this because I don't know what else to do. I am afraid that I am too far gone, that whatever this thing is inside of me has already taken over my life. I have thought about getting help, but with this story that I am sharing with you, who will believe me? Who can understand that I am not just losing my mind, but I am being possessed by something that is dark and evil? I don't know how much longer I can fight this. I feel like I am slipping further into darkness every day, and I don't know how to get it out. If anyone is there who can assist me, who can give me ideas on where am I supposed to go to, where am I supposed to run to, what kind of medical help must I try to get? At the same time, I have been hiding this from my own wife, so I'm scared that if I go to the doctors, maybe she'll end up asking me the reason as to why I have paid the doctor a visit. Dear listeners, right, there was a message that was sent to me by one of our DM sister who gave us this translation. Strange things indeed they do happen in this world.